100 cameras were pointed at him. Not one of them saw what mattered. March 24th, 1958. Memphis, Tennessee. 6:30 in the morning, and the world had already arrived. They lined the street outside 198 South Main. Reporters, photographers, newsreel men from around the world. Colonel Parker had arranged it all. He understood something the Army did not. Elvis entering the military was worth more than Elvis leaving it. The flashbulbs fired before Elvis reached the door. They fired the whole time he was inside. They never stopped. Elvis stepped out of the car at 23 years old, and the crowd moved toward him like water toward a drain. He was polished, composed. He told the reporters it wasn't much different from making a movie. Up early, on set by 6, just no limousine. The press laughed. They wrote it down. They photographed him smiling. Inside the 1,000 building, Army clerks processed him like machinery. Serial number 53310-761. Name. Age. Signature. Major Elbert P. Turner raised his right hand. Elvis raised his. The oath was administered. The cameras caught all of it. The papers were signed. The machine had its moment. Colonel Parker had his headline. The world had its story. What they didn't know, what no reporter asked about, was the woman standing off to the side. Gladys Presley was 46 years old, and she looked like she hadn't slept in a month. Dark circles. A flat, anchored expression. The press photographed her as background, as texture, as the mother element in an otherwise clean composition. They were photographing entirely the wrong thing. Gladys's liver was already failing. Her body was carrying what her face almost refused to show, the knowledge that something was ending. That was the thing about Gladys and Elvis. What passed between them didn't need words. It never had. He called her satinine, a word he made for her, drawn from the smoothness of her skin, spoken in a language only the two of them understood. She called him my boy, and in that room full of strangers and flashing lights, that was still what he was. They had always had a language no one else could enter, a baby talk, a frequency. It ran under every public room they were ever in together. And this public room, the loudest, most documented room of his life so far, was no different. But to understand what Elvis carried into that building, you have to go back further. Back to Tupelo. Back to January 8th, 1935. He was born with a brother. The brother was already gone. Jesse Garin Presley came into the world 30 minutes before Elvis. He did not take a breath. He was buried in